Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Pamela Osborne in for Karen Drew. First at 4, for the first time, we're hearing from the people accusing a local youth hockey doctor of sexual assault. 3 former players took the stand accusing Dr. Z. Levran of sexual misconduct. The Farmington Hills doctor is charged with more than 30 counts of sex abuse. The witnesses all met Levran in high school, but say the abuse didn't begin until they sought medical treatment from him as young adults. The allegations include inappropriate touching, naked yoga sessions, and unnecessary prostate exams. One witness said he suppressed what happened until he realized it was happening to others.
It wasn't until I had saw this targeted ad and read about the other accusations that I realized that there was a pattern here and there was other people that he had seemed to be targeting as well. Which is why I chose to come forward.
A top doctor in the field also took the stand as an expert witness, calling Levran's behavior unethical and unacceptable. Much more from the courtroom coming up on the news at 5 and 6. Road construction might slow traffic and raise your blood pressure just a little bit, but Governor Gretchen Whitmer wants you to think about the good news those orange barrels represent. The governor, members of Congress, and MDOT officially kicked off the construction season today as they toured a project in Novi. Orange barrels are spreading throughout Metro Detroit, but Whitmer says the short-term pain brings jobs and better roads for the long term.
Since I took office, by the end of this construction season, we will have fixed nearly 20,000 lane miles and over 1,400 bridges. And that's 89,000 good-paying jobs. We're fixing our roads and bridges the right way, meaning we're using the right mix and materials and we're building them to last. So we won't be back here for 30 years is the plan.
You can find more information on traffic troubles that might affect your commute on the traffic page right at clickondetroit.com. The city of Highland Park is asking the state for help with a crushing water bill, and it started a process that could lead to bankruptcy. Here's the situation. Highland Park owes $19 million in water bills to the Great Lakes Water Authority. If it had to pay the entire amount, property taxes would triple. Last night, the city invoked Public Act 436, asking the governor for an immediate review that could lead to bankruptcy, an emergency financial manager, or getting money from Lansing to help with that bill. We will keep you posted. When it comes to the first forecast, there is nothing to complain about today. Some of our coworkers here even popped outside for a stroll through downtown today. Let's check in with meteorologist Kim Adam. Kim?
Well, we need to get outside because, you know, in April in Michigan, it still snows. So we have to definitely enjoy this week. We do have some changes coming next week that I'll tell you about later on. Let's just live in the moment right now. It's 76 at City Airport, 75 Metro, 73 in Pontiac. Temperature change in the last 24 hours. It's 10 degrees warmer than it was at the same time yesterday at Metro Airport and in Ann Arbor, but 16 degrees warmer right now than it was at 4 o'clock yesterday in Grosse Ile. So we are definitely heating up. Look at this, our My Pick of the Day. Oh, this is sent to us from Sharon, and this little guy here was rescued from the Detroit Bulldog Association, and we're so thankful to have this little guy here. It's National Pet Day, so if you have a picture of your pet and you'd like us to show it on the air, you can always upload it to the 411 Weather app. Tomorrow gets even warmer when the kids get off the bus, 77 degrees. Might even want to break out the shorts. I'll have your forecast coming up.
We're learning more about a mass shooting in Louisville, Kentucky that left 5 people dead and 9 others injured. Today, police announced the gunman purchased his weapon on April 4th, just 6 days before the shooting at Old National Bank in downtown Louisville. The gun was purchased legally at a gun shop, and as we told you yesterday, he was an employee at the bank, but we haven't heard more about a specific motive yet. A vigil for the victims and everyone affected will be held tonight at 5 in just about an hour from now. A bitter battle in Tennessee. The Tennessee state legislature may be leading to a shift in the fight over gun control. The state's Republican governor just made a new move, but lawmakers still face more turmoil in the coming months. Kimberly Gill is standing by in the newsroom with the very latest for us. Kim?
Hi, Pamela. Good afternoon to you. In the past 24 hours, one of the Tennessee Democrats that was kicked out of the state house for a heated gun control protest was sworn back into office. Monday evening, Democrat Justin Jones was named as the interim replacement to fill the House seat he just lost last week. Tennessee law does not prevent the person who was ejected from being reappointed, and Jones had plenty of support. The Nashville Metropolitan Council voted 36-0 to give him his seat back, at least for now. Jones says he'll keep pushing for gun reforms, and the pressure may have prompted a new move from the state's Republican governor. Jones isn't ready to forgive and forget. He thinks the Republican House Speaker should pay a price for using a procedure that's very rarely in play.
The Speaker of the House is trying to backtrack now, but like I said today, we are calling for his resignation. He is an enemy of democracy, and he doesn't deserve to be in that office of as Speaker of the House any longer.
It is possible, and it is important that we find a way to remove individuals who are a threat to themselves or to our society, to remove them from access to weapons.
And that plea for cooperation from Governor Bill Lee comes as another Democratic lawmaker is still waiting to find out if he gets his seat back. Another local council meets tomorrow to name a replacement for Justin Pearson, who was also ejected. Both men have said they will run in the special elections that will be held at a later date. So, Pam, there are a lot of storylines to follow here. We will, of course, keep you posted. But for now, we'll send it back to you for more news of the day.
All right. Thank you, Kimberly.
Sure thing.
Taking care of aging parents is a labor of love. More than 43 million people across the country are family caregivers, but we also know that can be very challenging. Christy McDonald is here with more now on planning to be a caregiver and how to have those difficult conversations now.
Yeah, they really can be difficult, Pam. Caregivers come in many forms, whether it's caring for parents or a sick spouse or a child. I asked caregivers to share their stories with me at clickondetroit.com, and I got so many emails from people saying, I know my parents were aging, but was really caught off guard when something happened, and I had to step in. And while no one wants to talk about what could happen, it is a good idea to get a plan in place because we are all going to be caregivers at some point or another.
Well, you look pretty today.
Are you ever really prepared to care for a loved one, a parent, a spouse, in a different way than you ever have?
What do you want for lunch?
Here in Michigan, there are over 1.3 million caregivers. We'll all be caregivers at some point. Our state population is getting older, and surveys show that as people age, they want to stay in their homes, but will need help.
The prevention and understanding what may be in front of you and having those conversations with your loved one before anything happens is critical. And sometimes we don't want to talk about that. It's uncomfortable for us.
It can be uncomfortable, but what's more uncomfortable is being in the situation and not being clear on what your loved one would want and feeling like you're guessing at it.
Kim Bishop is with AARP Michigan and has a few planning tools to help start the difficult conversations.
Prepare to Care really helps you with having things all in one place. For example, knowing insurance policy numbers, if you need to do long-term care planning, if you do you have your will and your estate plan. So it might be financial, medical, and just a checklist of things that you need to do so that you don't have to do them all at the same time.
Kim says it's important to know policy numbers like health and life insurance, power of attorney, and even passwords. Add to that the option of paid care, living facilities, or eventually changing your home.
It might be, moving into a one-story home because I know, mom expects to come live with me. But it might be installing grab bars in the bathroom. It may be a small thing. It might be as small as removing a bunch of area rugs because they're tripping hazards. It's always easier to do something when you're not in crisis mode because you're able to think more clearly. So that's why I like Prepare to Care, because it's those upfront conversations when there's not the stress of, an illness or a hospitalization.
The main point, of course, is to start to have those conversations now with parents, even your spouse. Make sure you know where important documents are. The AARP does have that wonderful planning tool that can help with those conversations, which can be really hard, Pam.
Yeah, and so when people begin this caregiving journey, there are resources out there. Where do you go to even find them?
Right, and sometimes it can be a blur when you're in it. I was a caregiver. It was really important for me to find resources. It helped me feel not so alone in this process. So you can go to clickondetroit.com. We have an entire page there for you you with links, Area Agency on Aging, the hospital systems, also Alzheimer care resources. And this is the 5th story in my Caregiving series. We have turned it into a special show that you can find on Local 4 Plus. So download Local 4 Plus on your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, and you can stream that special anytime right there on your TV at home. It's called Caregiving, a Labor of Love, and it's in the new releases tab on Local 4 Plus.
All right, Christy, thank you so much.